take it out of space. Drop that bass in your face. Pick it back up, put it on the turntable, and drop that bass in your face. MCs wrapping it up with the tight production. Right off the rip, getting into something. Licking shots, triggering samples. Get the kettle on, I'm off the handle. Loud and rowdy, no further questions. Lighten up another kicking session. Whoa! Got two jobs, blow up and blow speakers, make beats and get your artist featured. Stack up drums, 2 pairs of fresh kicks. How many lumps do you want for your first hit? Sarcastic magic, beats above average, make a mental note. Get your head examined, sample my voice, royalty free. But your fire ain't enough to boil me.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Ace, and this is an episode of Kicking It podcast off the clock. I have one of my favorite people with me. How you doing this evening, Shaanyse?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on again.
Oh man, you already know. After our last episode, which really did very well, I'm definitely happy to have you back, and I have a couple of things that I felt it would be best to discuss with you tonight, just because we have good rapport, and again, I do enjoy talking to you about these things because you have great insights. So, outside of that, just tell me, how's your week, man?
It's been off to a good start. Today is it's Monday, so I can't complain. What about you?
uh it's Monday. It's a typical Monday. So, as long as we're in the evening part, so I am able to relax a little bit, so I can't complain. Nothing, no complaints on my end, none at all. So I really cannot complain from that standpoint. But I do have some success over the weekend. This was last Thursday. I ended up hitting on a pair of the Nike Mines, the
Okay.
002s.
The elusive Monkey Minds.
Yes, I finally hit on a pair. Hit on the navy blue pair, which
Congratulations.
was it was the navy blue with the orange bottom. Like those were, I really didn't care at this point. I just wanted a pair. Like I was just
Hmm.
ready to kind of try them out, see what all the hype was about. And from all the, kind of like reviews that I've seen, the 002 version is the best version, not necessarily the slide. So more people are saying
Okay.
that they get better use out of the full shoe version than they do the slide. So I'm excited about those. I can't wait to get them and try them on.
They already shipped.
Yes, they are already shipped. They're actually supposed to be here tomorrow. So
Okay.
I am looking forward to getting them, but it's one of those things to where that you tracking it, and the tracking is just not adding up because
Hmm.
it's still like seems far away. Like I'm so used to getting these things that it seems like they're gonna have to really work hard overnight to get me my shoes. But at the end of the
Right.
day, like I'll be happy to get them tomorrow, especially because I want to wear them in the airport. So I'm heading out of town on Thursday, so I can't wait to you got to have an airport shoe. So that's definitely
Exactly.
gonna be my airport
Yes.
shoe.
Yes. I feel like it's gonna be comfortable. You have to tell me how you like them.
Yeah, I definitely would. I'll text you and let you know how they go. And my other victory, which I don't know if I call it a W, even though we've agreed that no matter what the hype is around a shoe, if you want the shoe, if you get it, you don't celebrate your W's. So I ended up getting Asia's new shoe. So Asia Wilson,
Hmm.
her new shoe came out this weekend, the Asia twos, and we have discussed it in the past, like whether or not just be on the kind of like the kicking it after hours episodes or just the mainline episodes. We've always kind of been fans of her shoe. Tell me, did you get the shoe, or were you interested in it at all?
I'm interested in it. I definitely want to pick up a pair. I skipped out on this pair, but I am excited to see just how everything
Mhm,
unfolds with this shoe because I feel like it has a lot of potential, and it's really
mhm.
just going to depend on that crossover from court to lifestyle if people are really wearing it. But I'm definitely a fan of it.
Yeah, I just hope that this second model isn't as tight as the first ones because I bought the
Uh-huh.
first ones, the very first one that came out. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I tried it on, and after that, I put them right back in the box. And I'm like, you know what? Just to support, I'm not even really gonna worry about it. It's just I can say I got a pair, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, I could barely get my entire foot into it, and I actually went up my typical half size. So I don't know. It was a very narrow shoe, and I've never had that much issue getting on any Nike basketball shoe, but that one was a struggle. So hopefully this one isn't as you know tight as this one coming up.
Right.
I haven't seen any colorways outside of just the first one. I'm actually looking it up as we talk. Have you seen any colorways outside of this pink one?
I haven't. I really hope that they do something crazy with this shoe. Like I want to see it go really far. I mean, obviously
Mhm.
she's a talented individual and she has the presence and it's just like I want them to market the shoe and give her, just the space in which her presence can grow just off the court as well. And I
Mhm.
think definitely that kind of ties into the shoe.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Because I definitely think that she's definitely marketable. She's more than likely, unquestionable, the best player in the WNBA right now.
Hmm.
And I mean, you really cannot aesthetically, you can't really beat the shoe. I mean, the 2 looks really good. I think Nike did a good job on this one. I mean, it's I have no complaints about the actual, this model. I'm a big fan, so hopefully they do some crazy things with it. I hope that, like all the other lines that are out at Nike, I hope that they get with her on, like, whatever her favorite thing is,
Right.
whether it be like Legos or something, and they do some type of collab, like how LeBron has all types of collabs and KD does too. But kind of like similar to how Kyrie did, the SpongeBob things, Paul George
Right.
with NASA and PlayStation. I really hope that they kind of like hit the ground running with this and get her some type of specialized shoes that are limited because I think that that she's about due. I mean, I don't think they did
Oh yeah,
anything
for
with the
sure.
with the one. Yeah.
No, they didn't, and it's like, I feel like with her shoes and just who she is as an athlete, like, she's fun, she's bubbly, and sky's the
Mhm.
limit. There's just so
Yeah,
many endless opportunities.
yeah, definitely. And one thing that, I don't necessarily mind, but this is something that are gonna get into, is just I was a little bit shocked at the sticker price on it. So 145 for the second model. Normally Nike kinds of works his way up as they introduce a line.
Right,
And yeah, I was super surprised that these were 145. It seems like that's kind of the trend where Nike's going. Like Ja Morant shoes, I believe, are like 140, 150. I mean, I've seen multiple people complain about the pricing. Like, how do you feel as far as the pricing goes?
I'm kind of in agreement with you. Like, typically, we are seeing like this is the entry point now instead of working your
Mhm.
way up towards it to see if the marketability is there, if people are enjoying it, if they're sitting or if they're moving pretty quickly. So I was definitely surprised about that too because if it does well, then of course I wouldn't even say it's going to inch upward in cost. It's going to jump up in cost if it does very well.
Right. Right, and that's just the trend to where it's going. I mean, you see it with Kobe's. Kobe's are now typically 200, 220 dollars. KD's are in the 180 range, 170. LeBron's are typically 190, and and of course Jordans are 220. I mean,
Hmm.
is it? Do you think that ties into just kind of like the what we've been seeing lately with, you got gas going up, you got groceries going up, everything is going up. And it's hard to be a sneakerhead. It's hard to kind of keep up with everything with, how the world is working right now, do you think that's kind of contributed to what we're seeing in terms of just stuff sitting?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. The price of living has just increased exponentially, especially within the past couple months. It's been a trend
Mhm.
over years and it's to be expected. Like we expect inflation, but I was at the gas station the other day and I drive a car that takes premium. The lowest octane it's gonna take is 91. Gas is 4.54. And
Mm.
you can't really think about it. You just got to put it in the car. But I mean,
Yeah.
just going to the grocery store. So of course, when it comes to just textile goods and stuff like that, we're definitely seeing that. And I feel like that's why a lot of things are sitting because it's people aren't budgeting for these inflation prices because you can't. It's just happening overnight. So it's what's a necessity versus a want. And if you can sneak in a want, cool. You might not be able to sneak as many wants as you would like to within a month, but I think that's definitely adding to it.
Yeah. I mean, I've found myself I miss and I mean, I could have, but it's more of a thing to just prioritizing. I know I had this trip coming up and you just never know what kind of unexpected, kind of costs you might run into. And then also I'm trying to work on actually paying my credit card bills down. So it's one of those things to where is that you're running into like there's a Jordan or some type of shoe that comes out because if you're a sneakerhead, there's something that comes out, whether it be a New Balance, whether it's a Nike basketball shoe or something from Adidas. There's something that's dropping, and I've missed typically Jordans or I'm gonna get the Jordan. The Jordan's gonna trump most of everything if I had to decide between the shoe and can't get both. But, yeah, the white metallic fives, I passed on them,
I
and
passed on those
I
too.
didn't get them. Yep, and then the band ones, I mean, I
I
passed
got
on
them.
them. You did?
Yep.
I mean, I don't here's the thing, it's not that I don't want them, but it's just kind of like, okay, if I could hold off I've kind of been burnt the last past 5 or 6 releases and thinking, oh, panic buying, like, "Oh, let me get these because I don't wanna pay resale for them." And they just sit. If I can catch maybe a deal, get 20% off or something, or an extra 30% off, that's gonna help. I'm just kind of I don't want to keep getting buyer's remorse, and I don't want to necessarily
Mhm.
say remorse, but just kind of more so like, I could have waited on these.
That's kinda how well, I didn't wanna miss out on these because I didn't buy the 2025, highs. My 16 pair was still in really good shape. It's I didn't
Hmm.
yeah, I've worn them enough, but they still look fantastic, so I was like, "I'll skip out on 2025." But I saw the panic that ensued with those and the way the prices shot up, and they've since come down a lot, but I only bought 1 shoe last month. So I was like,
Really?
"Okay, you know what? Yep, I bought 1 shoe," which is
Oh man,
crazy.
what?
I bought, a pair of Jaws. I got not the ones that look like candy, the Raptors. I got the Raptors. Those are the
Okay,
darker color ones, right? I got
okay,
those,
yeah.
and I was content. Like, I skipped out on the metallic fives. I like them, but I knew that she was gonna sit, so I was like, "Okay, if I want them bad enough, I'll come back and get those." Um, but
Hmm.
the way the month is stacked up this month is crazy.
Yeah, you talking about May?
Yes.
Like, I don't. I really am kind of torn and don't know how I'm gonna get through this month because I'm at a point to where that I'm really just thinking, I have to have the Nigels, and
Mhm.
anything after that is really kind of is up. I mean, I want the Travises, but I'm of the impression that I do not believe that they are going to drop the Nigel fours and both pair of the Travis Scott low ones on the same day. Right now, they're tentatively scheduled to release on May 22nd. I just don't see Jordan Brand. That's typically not something they do.
Right, I mean, that's gonna hurt some people's pockets because initially I saw May 9th for the Nigels and then the other
Mm,
date for both Travises, but for me, the priority is the Toros first, Nigels second, like, obviously, hopefully, they don't come out on the same day. Well, the Toros come out on May 30th, but the Toros are my favorite out of everything that's releasing, and I'm actually kind of disappointed because I already seen them, and I can't even say I'm disappointed. I'm actually kind of pissed off.
Why you pissed off about them?
Because I don't like the fact that they changed some of the details, and I know from release to release it's gonna happen, but the
Mhm.
2013 pair has leather wings and the back tab is leather as well instead of that plastic, and that, in my opinion, just adds so much character to the shoe. Like, I wore my Toros the other day, and they have aged
Mhm.
so well, and it's just there's something just really special about the details of the 2013 versus what the 2026 pair is looking like, and Imma still cop them because they're one of my favorite 4s, but I really wish they would've just kept some of the details the same.
Yeah, see, I didn't get the ones from 2013, so I'm gonna get them. I mean, it's one of those things to where is that I just can't see myself missing out on them again. So I'm trying to think. I'm pulling up a release calendar right now, and I'm trying to look because there's something else that comes out on the 22nd, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm looking at it right now because I feel like those Bloodline 12s come out on the
Yeah,
22nd.
they do. Yep. I forgot about those. I was just talking about those. Are you gonna get
Yeah,
those?
I mean, it's one of those things I want them, but no, they actually come out on the 23rd.
Okay.
So the day after, which, oh, wow, and I feel like it's going to be
How
one
much
of
space?
those. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be one of those for everybody who didn't hit on Nigel's and Travis's. They're going to flock to these. That's going to be
Mhm.
the go-to shoe. And I feel like it's not going to, I don't think it's going to sit. But then again, who am I to call it? I mean, I can't call anything else. And now that I'm looking, actually, so I typically frequent House of Heat. HouseofHeat.co is my go-to. They become my go-to for all my sneaker news. And they have the Travises coming out on the 29th.
Right. Okay.
So which is it? Like I need
Exactly.
to know.
No,
Yeah.
we need to know. And I feel like there's the Travises are such a moving target. It's it's
Yeah.
always been that way. I feel like there's never a solid release date, and it's always, the anticipation leading up to it with the merch coming out on the day that's
Mhm.
anticipated for the shoe, and then the release for the shoe being pushed back, and then it just builds all this extra anticipation, and
Mhm.
it just goes crazy. I mean, like with the fragments, forget how many people went for that shoe, but that was insane. And I feel like these are the
I
much
don't
better shoes.
I don't know anybody who won those shoes.
Me either. I don't know a single person, maybe some people on TikTok who got lucky enough, but personally, I don't know a single soul who won them.
Not even on
I was like, "Where's
TikTok.
the
I don't
shoe?"
know any. Yeah.
I think I
I
saw
don't know
2 people.
anybody.
2 people. I was is the shoe even real? Like, is the shoe real? Because there's no way. There was no way. I saw some stuff on Reddit where a couple people hit on them, but I saw more L's than I've ever seen W's.
Yeah, I definitely don't know what's going on with that shoe. I mean, Nike's kind of a little bit all over the place with releases. So I'm seeing two different things. So I'm seeing that the shy pink ones, that's the ones that are just pink, kind of like that beige and white color. Those are coming out on
Okay.
the 22nd. And then the ones that have the red Nike swoosh, backward swoosh come out on the 29th, which to me, the
Actually
red
like the
ones
shot
are the
pink ones
ones that I
better.
want the most. I want the
You can
red
have them.
ones.
I
I
like
like the
both
red
of
ones.
them, but I like the shot pink ones a lot more than I like the other ones. So I really
Well,
hope I get
you
those.
know me. I like to have my cake and eat it too. I want both of them.
Yeah, both of them for sure. But
Yeah,
if I
if I
had to if I was only, lucky enough to get one, I definitely want the shot pink ones.
I mean, either one I'm fine with. I mean, because I might pay resale for the other one. Who knows? But yeah, it's a lot. Just this May calendar. I feel like if I can get through this May calendar, I can be my pockets. I can recover um the rest of the year because the rest of the year is pretty everything until you get to the fall is kind of spread out. So I think June there's literally like one pair of Jordans that's coming out that I'm like I gotta have, and that's those fives that are
Okay.
coming out, the black and
Mhm.
university blue ones.
Yep.
Those are the only ones that's coming out. I mean, the Diamond Turf 249 a colorway. I mean, I want them, but I feel like those are gonna sit. The Diamond Turfs won't catch me
Yeah, they're not gonna
again in
move.
terms of yeah, in terms of just catching me to forcing me to buy something like super quick. I've learned my lesson the hard way on those two pairs in a row. So I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, everything else, and then I mean, you got the Jordan 7, the Miro color. I don't know if you
I'm
remember
not a
that
huge
that
fan of them. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of those. I've never just been crazy in love with those.
I mean,
I
if
I
I
love
can
s
get them,
I
if I can get them, I will, but I'm not gonna be super pressed about them.
I'm not I don't like them enough to purchase them. There is quite a few things, well, I guess not quite a few things, but the release calendar for the rest of the year does look looks like it's slowing down, but the thing that I don't like is when they start sneaking releases in. And
Mhm,
it's like, okay, like, what am I looking at now? What's coming out this month? What was a priority? Because I'm really focusing on getting things that I don't have in my collection that are
mhm,
more OG things. Like I don't have, believe it or not, I don't have the True Blue threes. I need
mm,
those. I need the Forest Green 14s. I need the Space Jam 9s.
mhm.
I have a pair of Space Jam 11s, but I need the pair that has a 23 on the back. So I'm looking at stuff like that. I
Yes.
want the black packs that are coming out, but it's just I feel like that's when things start getting out of control. When you get the preliminary calendar and then you start moving throughout the year and it's like, oh yeah, a pop-up release here, and then we got two releases here, and then it becomes a snowball effect.
Yeah, I mean, it's the calendar does pick up, um, a lot come like, once September hits, the calendar starts picking up, and we start seeing a lot come out, um, to which, I'm just looking, and I don't know if this has been updated truly, but I'm just saying you got the infrareds coming out, you got the raw high ones coming out. They bringing the Kobe
Yep.
ADs back. You got you got the all black Kobe threes, which those look super nice. I'm not even a big Kobe 3 fan, but like you said, the forest green 14s, you got those Halloween fives, the black pack. I mean, the list goes on. Oh, and then don't forget you got the Awake New York collection coming out in September.
But the sixes, I
Yeah.
don't like them. I don't like them. I'm not a big fan
Yeah,
of them.
you mentioned that, and I meant to dive
I'm
into that. Why
not.
don't you?
They just look. They just look. Mm, I just don't like the way they look. Like I wasn't a big fan of the fives. I liked
Mhm,
the blue colorway more than I liked the pink colorway. And then the sixes, I just think it's such a strange shoe, like a strange silhouette for them to pick. Like it's just not visually appealing to me. I know a lot of people who are really into them. They're like, we're definitely picking those up. And
mhm.
I just don't understand the hype behind the awake collab with the sixes. Like I don't like it.
Nobody really does sixes when you sit there and think about it. I mean, I know I can never pronounce the brand. I can
Mama
say it in my
near.
head. Yeah, I can never say it out loud. Thank you. I know they
That was a good
did
pair of
two.
sixes.
Yeah, they did a pair of sixes, but other than that, like nobody really does. Also, I mean, outside of Travis, Travis did the two pair of sixes, but sixes really don't get love in terms of the collabs. If you when you think
They
about it.
don't need it. They don't need it. I love sixes, and if there was another six collab that I would get, it would definitely be an A Ma Maniére. Like, I love my A Ma Maniére sixes, even without the little bubble on the ankle. That shoe is so
Mhm.
clean. It was worth the 200 and some dollars price tag. It's a beautiful shoe. Pictures don't do it justice, but these Awake sixes, they could have kept them in. Just, I'm not a fan. It's too loud.
Speaking of I mean, I like loud shoes.
like some loud shoes, but not those loud shoes. They're ugly. They look
They're gonna well,
cheap.
they're gonna be super
I'm just
limited.
say
So
they look cheap.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna be super limited anyway. So I mean, it's not gonna be something to where is that a bunch of people are gonna be getting them. So um, I mean, just going back to I say it for me again, the
I'm in
brand.
here.
All right. So going back to them, I know a lot of people were getting sick of, and I know people are gonna probably be laughing at me in the comments or hit me up about not being able. Not it's not that I'm not able. It's just I don't want to butcher it. I can
Just say
say it in my
Ama.
head.
The Amas.
Ama Minier.
Just say Ama.
Ama Minier. Ama.
If you just want to shorten, just say Ama. The Ama sixes or
Ama.
Ama
Okay.
fours or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I can roll with that. But I know a lot of people were getting tired of just their collabs. I think people were kind of over that. I know that I've seen a lot of people that just say, damn, like y'all got another shoe coming out. I mean, to me, the muted kind of color palette that they went with, I liked. I mean, I think the last pair that they came out with were those fours, which I got.
Yeah.
I love the. Well, you and me have always talked about presentation. The presentation on those was solid, like the
Yes, very
box and
much so.
everything, but the color was the perfect fall color. And a lot of people said that they were nothing but the cave stones, basically with an extra color.
Way
Which,
different
which, yeah, I
to me.
mean, I can see why people would say that, but I have the cave stones, and I also have, this pair as well. I mean, those fours are gonna those fours are gonna last the test of time. I feel like it's perfect pair, and for some reason, I feel like that was their last Jordan that they're gonna do.
Oh yeah, because the next releases that they have are the Nike V2K runners. And I was
Hmm.
really surprised because they're extremely affordable. I think they top out at $95, but they started
Mm,
adding some more colors to the palette. So they added in some kind of like it's almost like iridescent, but they have some olive colors, some different shades of pink, kind of purplish, and it all kind of blends into the shoe. But I think they're really nice, and I like seeing them at that price point as well. I do understand why people were kind of getting, I guess my fatigue with the color
mm,
palette. But I felt like if the shoes were not dropping the rate that they were, people would have less to say because it feels like we would get, you get a couple AMA fours and you got AMA 12s and you got the AMA fives and we got 1 6. And it just seemed like it was just AMA after AMA after AMA. And it's just like, just pump the brakes a little bit because I honestly love the muted colors. They're a perfect fall shoe. I'm not
mm.
really a seasonal shoe person. I'm just wear them when I feel like it. For me, it's more like a cloudy day shoe. But they just go with so many things because they're utility colors.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I really
I
enjoyed that
definitely
about them.
agree.
So I think if they do end up doing another Jordan collab, I would like to see them do a 7. I think they have the right foot
Ooh,
for a 7. It's soft enough, but it's still bold, especially with the
mm.
color blocking. I would love to see that. As much as I love ones, I want to see an Ama too. I think that is the perfect silhouette for an Ama.
Didn't they have a two? If I'm not
I don't,
mistaken,
I don't remember them having it too.
I feel like
If
that they
so,
had a two.
if so, then I missed it.
I
I need to
really
go find
do.
it then.
Yeah, they do. They have two
They
per.
do?
They actually,
What?
yeah, they have two per two. Yeah, I was like, I
Where
could have
have I
sworn they
been?
have. I don't think that there was much fanfare for them, but yeah, it's the same muted color tones. Yeah, they got two pair that I see.
Okay, I'm
Um,
looking at them now. Okay.
yeah. So
You know what? I saw these and I don't even think I realized they were Amas. That's crazy.
you know, you know what
Hmm.
I would love to see them do. I would love to see them do a 14.
Ooh, a 14 would be nice. I would love a 14 from them. I love 14s
Yeah,
down, and I feel like they would do a 14 justice. The
yeah.
materials would be just so luxe, so premium.
Yeah, I definitely think that they would do a 14 justice. So we're gonna. I don't know. Maybe it's something to where is that down the line, maybe they come back, they revisit it, but I definitely think that they still have other things that they could explore. I don't know outside of, Nigel and Travis, I'm not sure who's up next in terms of who the Jordan brand is like really collaborating with outside of, Awake New York. But I definitely think that it might be time for a new hell, it might be time for another Supreme Jordan.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I
Yeah,
just
I
want to
mean
see
it's
something. I want to see something more. Not that the awake collabs are not original. It's just not my cup of tea. But I do want to see some more innovative and creative collabs
mhm,
instead of just more of that here, damn, like we gave y'all something and leave us alone.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's one of those things to where is that we keep pushing for it, and I think that they do listen somewhat because again, the 17s, hopefully, I mean, with them having they're confirmed that they're going to come in a suitcase. I know that that shoe is going to be super limited. I just know it is. It's not going to be something that you can go into a JD or a Foot Locker and pick up on a Saturday. It's definitely going to be something that's going to be maybe not even sneakers, because sneakers has been real funny about particular Jordans. There hasn't been a Jordan 17 on sneakers.
Right.
Th- So I don't I don't know. Like, and then it's kind of like if you're in a city that isn't super big on like sneaker culture or just like a big one of the bigger markets, then you don't have a store, one of these, mom and pop shops that get the shoes that you can go to and even have a chance to get. So you're
Hmm.
kind of stuck getting online raffles or just praying, that you hit on what is it, EQL? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Because I
just
feel
one of
like,
those things to
well,
where is that, you know
to your point, like with 17s and sneakers, aside from the Dornbecker 17s, wasn't
mhm.
there was one more that came out last year that sneakers got, I thought.
I forgot about
They
the
were kind of like
Dornbeckers
a
that quick.
yeah, the DB17s, and then there was a I can't remember the exact name of the shoe, but it was kind of like a off-white kinda looking shoe.
No, the
Oh, I
Infinite
wish I could remember.
Archives?
Yeah, they didn't get those?
No, they didn't.
I thought
Nope,
sneakers got the Infinite Archives. That's crazy.
nope,
I was
they
surprised to
definitely
see I
didn't.
was honestly surprised to see that they got the DB17s.
I mean, I really wasn't because that's kinda like a Nike thing. So, I wasn't surprised by that, but they actually did a restock, and I tried to hit on them. I think they
Mhm.
tried to do a restock like about 2 weeks ago,
Yep,
and
I saw.
I attempted to hit on them, and of course I came up short. For some reason, when it's a shoe that I really want, the super limited, the Nike app or the sneaker app decides that it wants to freeze up and take all day loading everything, and by that time, everybody, all the bots or however they've gotten around, Nike's kind of firewall has gotten to the shoes, which sucks. But
While we're on the
really,
topic of 17s, there is a
hmm
17 that I want really bad, and it's the Mike Bibby PE.
mm,
It's like the mostly white with purple, like the
yeah.
purple. Yes, I love that PE. I want I want it so bad.
I mean, do you think that they'll ever retro that?
Probably not. I don't think so. I wish they would, uh, but I don't feel like there is enough hype surrounding that particular 17.
Hmm.
But who knows? Who knows? I feel like sometimes they do surprise us. And with those PEs that they just released for the 14s, those went crazy. I didn't see a
Oh yeah, I
PE.
I
Oh my
literally just
goodness.
posted about those. So
I love them. Need them all.
I like the UNC ones best. But again, it's one of those things to where is that I love 14s in general, so I can see myself if I could
Yep.
get a hold of each one of them, I would gladly, wear each one of them. But the UNC one to me went I won't say it went towards, but it's my favorite out of the group.
It's really nice. I like the Howard ones and the Cincinnati pair, that really surprised me. I like you said, I love all of them. I really like 14s, but yeah, that UNC pair, that went crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing where it's a lot that's coming out, and honestly, it's just it's hard to keep up with. I mean, naturally, because this is almost like our literally this is our hobby, this is our lifestyle in a sense. It's just a thing to where is that somebody asked me at work, like, when do you ever get a chance to like even wear all these shoes? And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to make some more time to wear them. Like I had tagged you when I wore my Kobe's, the fade to blacks. Like I was super surprised that I wore those that early, but it was more so out of I don't feel like going over to the storage unit to get anything else and nothing else I can just throw on. These are sitting right here. Let me just throw these on. And they were comfortable, but after I think I was wearing them for about 8 hours because I ended up doing some other things after I had a doctor's visit. And they're so flat.
Right,
So after a while, like it just kind of they wore on me. But overall, like if you're just gonna be up for just going out, for a few hours, they're comfortable. And the fit on them is really good. The extra things that they've added for the Pro Tour model make the shoe just it's better than what I remember it initially being. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Kobe line. It's been something to where is that when he was living and I was working at Nike, Kobe's didn't sell out.
right. Yep.
Very seldomly did they sell out. So I would get a lot of them on discount or find a lot of them at the outlets. And then once he passed, of course, it's just become a thing to where is that Kobe's just don't sit. And because of that, I've kind of become a kind of a connoisseur in a sense because I love his line. I love what they've been doing, bringing out back all the famous colorways and things of that nature, and some of the newer colorways because Jalen, why can I not think of his name right now? Um, Jalen Brunson, his
Mhm.
colorways that he does like go crazy.
He has some fantastic colorways. I can't even stunt. I really like his colorways. They're nice.
Yeah,
They are very
he
nice.
he has like this black pair that he debuted, and I cannot remember what they called them. Let me look it up because they are. I saw those and I was like, yeah, they got to release those, and I know when they do, they're gonna be super limited. It's just I can see it now because the New York Liberties were those were super limited. Yeah, these are
Yes,
called
very much
the
so.
the the Jalen Brunson Darth Vader Black, and
Okay, I'm
they
looking at those
are
right now. They look good.
clean,
They look very
clean.
good.
Like I need those. Those are too clean, and I'm not sure. I believe the Knicks are playing right now, so Knicks versus 76ers. Yeah, the Knicks are actually playing right now and they are up on the 76ers. So hopefully, I don't know. I feel like with Boston being out, I'm not sure how big a fan you are. And I know this is something that we're gonna more so talk about on tomorrow's mainline episode of Kicking It. But I feel like New York has a chance in the East to really make some noise, especially if um Cleveland can knock out um Detroit. I think Detroit is going to be a
Yeah.
little tired from having to come back in that series, and I think Cleveland's going to be able to knock them out. So New York has a chance; they might make their first finals in a long time. So we'll see. New
No,
York going to be up if
I
they
think
do
this is a
that.
very valid take. Yeah, that is a very valid take. I haven't been keeping up with NBA as much this particular season. I just kind of been popping in and out, but I have definitely been catching the game here or there. But I definitely think New York is definitely gonna make some. I'm excited to see what the Knicks do. I really am.
Yeah, I'm actually also excited about this WNBA season too that's coming up. So it's
Their
a
their
lot of different
pipeline is so
things.
quick.
Yeah,
I feel like they
definitely. As soon as they
graduate
get
and
drafted, yep.
it's like it's time to go. I'm like, there's no real
Yeah,
summer development, no player development. It's just from college to the big leagues.
pretty much, pretty much. I mean,
Mhm.
focusing on the women's game, do you think not necessarily the game itself, but with how the profile of not only the women's game, but also women's shoes is kind of on an uptrend? Do you think, do you feel like women now get the better exclusives?
Oh, hell yeah, undoubtedly so. I feel like brands are taking more risks with women's shoes. The
Hmm.
materials feel different, and it's not the same formula every time. I feel with men's sneakers, we get a dark base, we might get a pop of color, and it's just be excited about it. And women's shoes, like the exclusives, definitely feel more limited because the size runs, it doesn't always come in a full size run. It doesn't always come in extended sizes. So you might get a GS release, you might get a women's release, but you might not see, like I said, the extended sizing for men's. And it feels like brands are actually trying harder with them. So everything just feels more intentional from the color blocking to the materials to, who they're collabing with or just how brands are marketing and presenting them. My opinion, like even looking in the sneakers app, when you see a women's shoe uploaded, now you're seeing more advertisement, more commercial like things, and they're using women for those advertisements. So I think that's really cool. So definitely trending upward. They look a lot better
Yeah,
than a lot of other things that are
definitely.
coming out.
Well, I ended up getting the ice core mines.
Okay.
I went ahead and picked those up. I don't know when I'll get to wear them, but I grabbed those, and it's really the same color blocking as I think we talked about it. Those Jordan ones that came out a few years ago. They were
Hmm.
women's ones that though they were like a washed denim kind of pink,
Yep.
and it's the exact same color blocking. And I don't know. I like them, so they're actually sitting right next to me. I don't. Again, it's one of those things to where is that one, I'm not afraid to wear pink, and two, I just think that the shoe overall, the quality of it is super good. And as soon as I saw the shoe, I was like, that is one that I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get. There's certain women's shoes that I've just saw that I've thought about, like the that denim Jordan 4 that came out last year. I
I
thought
wasn't a
about it
big
for
fan
a
of
minute.
those.
I thought about it for a minute, and then I was like, I had a couple opportunities to get them. They were sitting, and I was just, I passed on 'em. But these, I definitely didn't want to pass on because I feel like it's a very versatile shoe. I actually got a couple of things I need to. Now that I'm sitting here thinking, I actually need to get over to the storage unit and drop off some stuff. I got too much stuff. I take away everything and leave like my everyday shoes, and I try to kind of engage that as like, all right, you buying too much. And already my little corner has filled up already of stuff. And I'm like, all right, it's only going to get worse this month. So
Right.
hopefully I'm able to get through that. But
No, but I think it's cool that you just, your rule with shoes. I was really surprised to see that you broke your rule with the Kobe's, but I just think it just blows my mind. Like the 2 years is so crazy to me because
I
I
just,
don't ever just had that itch to wear a shoe, but I think
uh-huh.
because of I'll wait some months, but also I feel very fortunate because I know a lot of people are not able to wear their sneakers day to day, and working at the type of engineering firms that I work at, you'll see like the receptionists and like HR, they wear normal business casual clothes, but I've come in contact with quite a few engineers who wear their sneakers to work. And I don't see a ton of sneakerheads, but within the pods that I'm in, and even when I go to meetings as an engineer, if it's not like a meeting that I need to be like really dressed up, like heels and all that stuff, Imma come in with a fresh pair of sneakers, so I get to wear shoes every day, which is nice. So it helps
mm,
me move through my
see,
collection, but I'll still kinda space out stuff from
and see, I haven't had a job like that in a while. Office job would I think it's been about 4 or 5 years because I work for Square. And the only thing about that is we were basically remote. So
Mhm.
they had a policy to where that we never had to come back to the office after the pandemic. So it's
That's
kind of
nice.
yeah, it's kind of like one of those things to where is that I mean, I have had opportunities, and when I did before the pandemic, when I used to have to go into the office, I would wear my shoes, but I worked overnight. So it was
Okay.
kind of like, what's the point?
Mhm.
Who's gonna see me? I threw on pretty much the same pair of Ultra Boosts and Adidas sweats or my a pair of like old Vapor Max, and it just wasn't a thing to where is that I had the opportunity to wear them. But just kind of speaking of that and the 2 year rule, I tagged you, or I think I sent you a reel of somebody like going into a barbershop and everybody had on those, low 11s. Another shoe that I bought that I wish I would have just waited on. But I
Mhm.
don't want to be in something that everybody else is in. I just
That's how I
don't.
feel. Mine's just not 2 years though. Mine might be 5 or 6 months. Sometimes it's a little longer than that. Like, I have some shoes that I picked up last year that I haven't worn. I have shoes that I picked up this year. I don't know when I'm gonna wear them. It might be later this year, might be next year. But I feel the same way. Like, even when I see stuff on TikTok where everybody is dropping, a video and it's like everybody got the band ones. So now everybody's dropping a video. And I went to the mall the other day and everyone had them on. I'm the same way. Like, I don't wanna see the same thing over and over again. And it's like by the time you wear them, the hype has definitely worn down, and people are kind of more like, "Ooh, like look at those! Like, is this the first time you bringing
Yeah.
those out?" Like, yeah, yep, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of go from a standpoint that, again, I told you, I don't like, kind of going with the crowd or, being somebody who follows a trend. The 2 year rule is something that I established all the way back to college. Like I literally would hold on to shoes. I remember the last shoe that I wore as soon as I got it was the Space Jams when they first came out in '09. And after that, I was like, okay, um, I saw enough people in them to whereas that I was just like, you know what? Nah, I kind of want to do something different. And I actually started buying other stuff. Now, if it's a Jordan basketball shoe, I told you, I wear my jaws right away. Like I wear my jaws and then I'm actually going to wear my Air Max 95, the greedies. I'm gonna go
Mhm.
ahead and wear those. I'm gonna just wear them. I got them, so I'm gonna go ahead and just wear those through the airport. Um, and plus, it's also a versatile shoe. It goes with a lot,
Yeah,
and I don't
for
want to pack
sure,
that much.
for sure.
Yeah, I really don't want to pack that
You
much.
better than
So,
me. I'm terrible when it comes to packing, especially sneakers, because the way I think about it, it's almost like I need a whole nother bag just for my shoes. 'Cause it's like, do I need something for the morning? Am I gonna wear these all day? What's the forecast looking like if it rains? Do I need heels? Do I need yeah, it's just a lot that goes into me packing shoes, but especially sneakers. I'm terrible. I'm so bad. If I
well,
go on a 7-day
well,
trip,
I'm
even if
pretty
it's a weekend
versatile.
trip,
Yeah, I'm
I'm trying
here.
to be
I
like
get
you.
that. I get that. I'm wholeheartedly. I'm versatile, so I do have a pair of Allen Edmonds that I'm gonna take with me, that I'm gonna wear, for a dinner out. And then, other than that, I'm I'm kind of bad about it in a sense because it's not a good thing that I don't take as many shoes. I do that on purpose because it gives me a reason to buy shoes while I'm out of town.
Oh,
So,
I'm
mm,
gonna buy some shoes. I could ship them back too.
yep, there you go. I don't know why people. Well, how do you get them back? I ship them back.
Ship them
Yep, ship them right away.
for sure.
Like I think I've sent back like 4 pair of shoes that I bought. I was actually at the time it was a Finish Line. I'm pretty sure it's a JD now. But I asked them like, "Hey, you guys got a box that you're not using?" And they gave it to me and I taped it up, sent it, went to the local UPS store. Now I think they charged me like $32 to ship them, which I was fine with. But that's better than, getting to the airport and then they tell you, you gotta pay another $60 or something because your bag or you
Right.
need an extra bag or something. So I was like, yeah, it's well worth it. So we'll see. I'm definitely gonna hit up going to Dallas, so I'm definitely going to North Park Mall and I will go to their outlets and see what they have. So
You gotta go to Kith while
hopefully
you're
it's a
there
good
too.
truck. You say go where?
You gotta go to Kith.
Where is Kith in Dallas?
Kith is ooh, I'm not the right person to ask because I don't know like my parts of Dallas that well, but there is a Kith store there. Um, it might not be that far from North Park if I'm not mistaken. But yes, there is a Kith store. And last time I went, because I go to Dallas often since I'm pretty close, and one of my best friends lives there.
Hmm.
So I went for our birthdays are kind of close to each other. We're both summer babies. So I went we went to the Kith store last August. I think I might have taken 4 or 5 pairs of shoes with me for that weekend, and then we went to the Kith store and I bought, like, 3 more pairs of shoes.
Okay, I see it. It is kind of close to North Park. So yeah, I will go and check that out. I'll see, and I will, because I'm definitely gonna try to shoot some content while I'm down there and kind of just see what the sneaker scene is looking like and hopefully connect with some people. I'm actually on TikTok now looking to see if it's anybody down there who I could possibly collab with or do something with, possibly do like a sneaker video or something, just something for the maybe for TikTok, not necessarily anything for the podcast, but yeah, we'll see. But I will,
And they have a
I'm gonna
sneaker
text you and let
politics
you
there
know.
too. Of
Do
course.
they?
They got a yeah, it's in Deep Ellum.
Oh, that's kind of close to where I'm gonna be. So yeah, I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to go check
yeah,
that out.
it's a sneaker politics over there. Yep, I went there. I was actually in Dallas, like, 3 weeks ago, so went there.
Okay.
The store was like it's cool. They didn't have a lot of just like crazy stuff when I was there or just things that I would particularly buy, but you should definitely check them out. And there's a couple on that same street. They have some like vintage stores and stuff like that. They have it's this I can't think of the name of the store. I'm gonna have to ask my friend and I will text you with the name of it. But they have crazy just like athletic wear shoes. I went in there and saw it was like a fresh pair of the Gumbos, like, just
What?
released. Yes. Yep, yep, it was a fresh
Wait,
pair.
which
I
which gumbos? Are you talking about the KDs?
mhm, yep.
Okay,
Somebody had bought them and sold
okay.
them to the store, but they have all types of stuff in there, like, we saw Yeezys, we saw all types of stuff, and for the most part, everything is reasonably priced. They have a good selection of jerseys, all types of stuff, but it's all on that same street, so Imma get the name of that store to you.
Yeah, definitely get it to me. I mean, I'm definitely always on the lookout to see what I can come up on and, kind of mingle and make any type of connections and just, talk to people, kind of get a feel for what their what everything is like down there. I love Dallas, so I'll definitely be out there and see what's going on. So, with that being said, it's pretty much wrapping up just what we were set to talk about tonight. Like, what are your final thoughts on just everything that we talked about?
I think we had a really good discussion tonight, especially about collabs. I really enjoyed the Ama and Awake discussion, but really just like where women's shoes are going. Really
Yes.
excited for that. I'm really enjoying the exclusives that are coming out. Hope we continue to see more and more of them. And I just want them to continue with the same consistency in terms of materials and just overall storytelling about use and not just pushing stuff out just to push it out.
Yep. I definitely agree. And fellas, y'all might not like this, but women honestly have the better exclusives right now. And
Undoubtedly.
we are with that, we are off the clock. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all be easy.